sit back into the middle of your mat and we just start to reach the hands all the way up towards the top end of your mat. And then if you just walk your right hand over towards your left and just take a little bit of a stretch down into the right hand side of your body. And then walk your hand back over, take your left hand on top of your right and press down, get that stretch to come down into the side of your body. And then walk your hand back over and then just lifting your chin and then start to gently pull your body along the ground, elbows in, shoulders down. And then just coming up into a gentle cat stretch. Hold it there for a second. Taking your head and your tailbone away. And let's sit back down onto your heels. And again, let's bring the body up and through. And again, just drawing up into a cat stretch. Rounding through the shoulders and the back. Taking the head and tailbone away, and then sitting back onto your heels. And again, just bringing the body up and through. And now curling the toes, sending the hips back, lengthening away, and taking the head down through your arms. Bring your body forwards into a strong plank, and then bending your knees, and sitting back upon your heels. Drawing your body up and through, curling the toes, take a nice long release along the back of your body, coming forwards into your plank, and then bending your knees, gently releasing and sitting back. Again, drawing your body to pull up and through, curling the toes, and extending out into your downward dog. Drawing forwards into your plank, bending your knees, and releasing and sitting on back. And one more time, bring the body up and through. And this time, as we curl the toes, staying in your down dog. Now just have a little look up at your hands first of all. Check that they're not turning open. Make sure your middle finger's going straight up. Your last little finger is turned out to a 45-degree angle. Look back and see your feet are about hip distance apart. And then begin to walk it on the spot. And just moving from one foot to the other. And just starting to get a little bit more release into the back of your legs. If you can, moving your hips so you get a release into your lower back. And now we're coming all the way back down upon your knees. Placing your right foot forwards. And leaning forwards into that hip flexor stretch. And today, just place down your right hand to the outside of your foot. Bring your left arm up and draw it up and across. So start to feel this stretch coming up and along the side of your body. Look up to your hand if you can. And then taking your hand all the way back down to the floor. Curl the toes, lift up the back knee, turning to the back of the room and raising your right arm, looking on up. Slowly coming back down. Take the knee as far back behind you as you can go to for your hip flexor stretch today. I'm going to bring the hands up through the middle. And if you can, bring them behind the head and take the right hand back behind the left and go into the shoulder girdle stretch, going into that wrist wrap. Letting your arms all of the way back down, moving towards towards your back knee and coming into the half split. So if you can here, extending through your tailbone so your back line comes a little straighter. Drawing your toes up towards the ceiling. If you get any discomfort behind the knee, bend your knee a little bit. Alright, listen to your body. And if it's all feeling good, just very gently soften at the elbows and press from the center of your chest downwards. And then bring the body up, coming back round onto your knees. Clasp your fingers up together, squeezing your head a little, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, activate your waist and take a long release into the side of your body, stretching through oblique muscles, stretching into your lower back and your hip flexors again. Bring it gently back on up, deep breath in. Activate your waist, take that stretch to come up and over. And releasing it all the way back up again, let the arms all the way back down again. Step your left foot forwards. Left hand coming down to the outside of your foot. Bring your right arm to draw up and over. Look up towards your hand and take that little stretch to come over. And then letting your arm all of the way back down again. Curl the toes, lift up the back knee, and raising your left arm. Just again, take a couple of breaths there, opening the chest. And then bring it all of the way back down. Let that knee be as far back behind you as you can go to this morning. Raising both of your arms, left hand coming back behind the right if you can, and drawing your arms back a little bit further. Letting your arms all of the way back down again. Moving back onto that back knee, drawing back your toes, hinging back through your tailbone, and again just going as far as you can, drawing your toes away, arching through your back. Bend the knee if it feels a little intense. Carefully bring it back on up. Coming around onto your back for me. And I'd like you to just draw your heels in towards you. Lay your feet so they're parallel. Okay, have your heels in alignment with your sit bones. And just to begin with here, I'd like you to work your lower back down into a natural imprint. And then release your back up and away from the ground. Again, take your lower back down towards the floor, take it to imprint, and then releasing the back away. Just do that a few more times. Notice how your back is today, and then releasing out. Find a neutral, so feel that you have a conscious hollow beneath your lower back. Bring your shoulders to pull up by your ears, roll them down. Do that again, roll them up, and roll them down. This time roll them up and then walk them down and take your neck a little bit further out from your shoulders. Now taking a deep breath to come in through your nose and then softly blow the breath out of your mouth. Again, as you breathe in, the ribs widen, working into that lateral thoracic breath. As you breathe out, as if you were blowing out a candle. So take a little bit of energy to that out breath. Again, as you breathe in, ribs widen, and try and ensure that your belly remains flat. Now as you breathe out, draw the navel back to the spine, draw up from the pelvic floor, and draw up behind the surface muscles. So on your in-breath, the ribs are widening, which should ensure that your tummy remains flat. As you breathe out, you're drawing up behind the surface muscles. You may start to feel your waist drawing in a little bit tighter. And we're looking to connect with that third layer of abdominal muscling. So again, as you breathe in, ribs widen. And as you breathe out, engaging with the core, pulling on in. Now I'm going to start us off today with ab prep. So if you'd like to bring your hands to sit back behind your head, let your elbows widen out to the ground. As you breathe in through your nose, not the chin. As you breathe out through your mouth, raising your upper body and lifting from the center of your chest. Breathing in through your nose to stay. Then breathing out through your mouth, drawing the navel back to the spine as you lower. Breathe in, drawing the chin to a knot. As you lift, keep a distance of a fist between your chin and your chest, so your neck weighs open. Breathing in, the ribs widen up at the top. And then breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lower. So keep going. As you lift, try not to change the position of your back. So instead of pushing down, pull in and pull up. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out, engaging with your core as you lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. And this time, if you're feeling stronger, breathe out and extend your right leg, point the toes and hover it an inch from the ground. Breathing in to stay, and breathing out, navel back to the spine, slowly draw the leg in, and lower yourself back. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, extending, raising your left leg. Upper body lifts, navel draws back to the spine. Breathing in. Breathing out, engaging with your core as you lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out as you lift, extending through your toes. Breathing in. Breathing out, engaging with your core as you lower. One more time. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, extend, engaging with your core. Breathing in. Breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lower. Now take your shoulders back down, okay? Lay your legs out and on the floor. Walk your shoulders away from your ears again and point your toes. As you raise one leg straight to the ceiling now, breathing in. And as you lower it down, breathing out. Now again, I'd like us to maintain our neutral back, change legs. If you find your hamstrings are holding a little tension today, I want you to slightly bend your knees, the leg comes higher, and then take the leg back down to the floor. But I want you to really, when you take the leg away from you, press out with a little of your own resistance. So as you bring the leg up, breathing in, bending the knee if you need, and breathing out, engaging with the core as you lower the leg away. Again, breathing in, gracefully raising the leg up. Breathing out, extending as you lower. Again, breathing in, raising the leg up. Breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lower. I'd like you to place your fingers around your hip bones. I'm going to offer up a one-leg circle here. Breathing in to bring the leg up. Now breathing out, circle the leg away once. Breathing in, stop in the middle. Breathing out, lower that leg slowly back down. Don't let your hip bones move. Alright, so breathing and raise the other leg up. As you circle the leg away, lock into the core, breathing out. Being careful not to let the torso move. Breathe in and out to lower the leg slowly back down. Again, breathing and bring the leg up. Breathing out, circle the leg away from the body. Breathing in, breathing out to lower that leg all of the way back down. One more time. Breathing in, leg comes up. Breathing out, circle the leg away. Breathing in and out as you lower the leg all of the way back down. Alright, let's bend up the knees and very carefully roll yourself to one side. and bring yourself up and around onto your knees. This morning we're going to work next into dolphin as our upper body strengthening exercise. So this is the one where we need to watch how we move into the position. I'm going to get you to, when we lay our elbows on the floor, to reach around so that your hands reach around to the very ends of your elbows. When we finish, we want to still be able to do that. And we don't want to have started from here and then widened outwards. Alright, I want to try and keep that stability. Reason being is I want you to think about what you're doing with your shoulders. Alright, as we go forwards and backwards, okay, I want you to try and keep your neck out. So don't go into a position that overloads you so much that you can't control how your upper body posture is working. Alright, and that happens. Alright, so see how you are. I'm going to start it off on knees. I will work it up onto the toes. And just remember, the further away you have your feet, the more easy it will be to move forwards and backwards. The closer you have your feet to your elbows, the harder it's going to be. Alright, so just think about how you're getting into your positions. So reaching around, find the ends of your elbows, the very ends of your arms, you know, and then clasp your fingers together. And that's what should stay. Now draw your shoulders back and look beyond your fingers. As you breathe out in a moment, you're going to draw forwards, engaging with your core, and breathing in, draw back and look to your thumbs. Breathing out as you draw forwards, breathing in, look to your thumbs. So try and keep the shoulders in exactly the same position. The shoulders don't want to be just rising up around by your ears. You want to feel that you're partially doing this from your core. Alright, so if the core doesn't feel like it's doing anything, alright, you need to again restate that usage. Some of you might be able to go up into your toes and straighten your legs. And like I say, the further away you have your legs, the easier that's going to be. But try and keep your neck out. So as you come forwards, you're looking beyond your fingers and breathing in, drawing back up. If you want to make it harder, you go closer with your toes. Breathing out to come forwards and breathing in to draw back. Breathing out to draw forwards and in to draw back. But keep the neck out. Keep the posture strong. Alright, because that's what it's all about. I mean, Pilates is not an easy thing to do. Alright? People who kind of get a little bit misguided and they think it's an easy option, it isn't. Alright, especially if you're doing it correctly. Last one. Alright, now lay your knees down, okay, and just check out your arms again. Alright, have you gone astray or in exactly the same position? If they're in the same position, well done. Alright, coming up onto your hands and knees. Place your hands directly underneath your shoulders, and as I was talking about in your down dog, try not to have your hands turning open. Alright, try and have your hands facing forwards. Take a deep breath in. We're extending a single leg behind us. As you breathe out, drive the leg away from the body, point your toes and lift it up. And then breathing in, draw the knee back in and change legs. Breathing out, drive the leg away. Breathing in. Now I want you to pull up on your bottom rib. So as you drive the leg away, try not to let there be a sinking in your lower back. Alright, gazing beyond your fingers. Try not to let your head drop underneath you. And again, as you glide the leg away, breathing out, point your toes, lift the leg up, breathing in. Try and really get the glutes to kick in though. Alright, and you are the only one who can make that happen. So I want you to really think as you point the toe, direct the leg as if you really, really want to touch the side of the room behind you. So really direct through the muscle tissue. Alright, and it has to be that, okay? You can't just lift the leg up and hope for the best, alright? So you need to give a little bit of direction through the muscle usage. Point the toes, belly pulls up as you extend, breathing in, drawing back in. Two more like this, and then we're going to open the hip up a little bit more. But of course you can stay with this, alright? If you're not up for hip opening today, stay with this, do a few more, take a break if you need it. Next time, I'm going to take a quarter circle of knee, drawing open to the side, breathing out. And then breathing into lower. Do that again, I'm doing 4 on the side. Breathing out to lift and into lower. Again, breathing out, navel back to the spine, into lower. One more. Breathing in. Now breathing out, straighten that same leg. Breathing in, touch it behind the other one. Breathe out, bring it back to the center. Breathing in, touch it behind, try not to move your upper body. Breathing out, back to the center. Breathing in, touch behind. Breathing out, back to the center. One more. Breathe out, breathe in, draw the knee in, change sides. Breathing out, knee drawing to the side and open. Breathing in. Alright, so I know whilst you may not be able to maintain the lower body completely still, the upper body we can keep still. One more, breathing out, knee drawing open to the side, into lower. Straighten that leg, breathing out. Breathing in, touch it behind the other one, breathing out. Touching behind the other one, breathe in, out, bring it to the middle. Breathing in behind, breathe out, back to the middle. One more, breathe in, out, back to the middle, breathe in, draw the knee in. I'm going to do another set. If you want to make it harder, I'm taking my arm out to the side, alright? So it'll be on the other side of you. So breathing out as you take the knee open, breathing into lower. Breathing out that quarter circle, point your toes if you can. Make sure it's the opposite arm to the leg, otherwise you will fall over. Breathing out, knee open and lower. One more, I think. Breathing out, breathe in. Now straighten that leg. Breathing in behind, breathing out, bring it to the middle. Breathing in behind, breathe out, back to the middle. Breathe in behind, engage the core back to the middle. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, draw that knee in, and let's swap sides. Taking the opposite hand to the side if you can, breathing out, knee open, into lower. Breathing out, knee open, into lower. Breathing out, engaging with your core, into lower. One more, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, straighten the leg. Breathing in, cross it behind. Breathing out, back to the center. Breathing in, cross behind. Breathing out, back to the center. Breathing in, cross behind. Back to the center. One more time. Out, back to the center. Alright, coming all the way down upon your belly. Now we're going to come down into the breaststroke. I'm going to work firstly with the postural muscle usage, okay? Remembering with this position, we want to use the core, we want to use a little bit of the lower back muscles, but we don't want to use anything of the glutes and the legs. So turn your feet slightly in towards each other so that the legs can completely relax. Take your arms down by your side. I'm going to do 2 layers on this one today. So the first bit is the postural work. The second bit I'm going to be adding in circular arms coming in. Alright? So first of all, we've got the shoulders drop down upon the ground. As you breathe in, I'm rolling back my shoulders. Now I'm going to turn my hands all the way open. Breathing out, engaging with your core, lifting and hovering. Draw the belly away from the ground. Breathe in, keep the core locked, and then breathing out, keep the core locked on, and then you can let go of it at the bottom. Breathing in, rotate your arms a little bit further open if you can, and then breathing out, engaging your core to lift. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out, lowering and shoulders coming to the floor. Breathing and rotating your shoulders. As you raise, you're always looking down at the ground in this position to maintain that length of your neck. Breathing in to stay, breathing out. So we don't want to put undue pressure on the neck here. Breathing in, shoulders rolling back, Breathing out, belly pulls away from the ground as we lift. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to lower. So if this is quite hard already, stay with that layer for me today. Next layer, breathing in, I'm rolling my shoulders all of the way back. Breathing out, I'm raising and hovering. Now keeping the core locked on throughout. Breathing in to reach your arms upwards. Breathing out as you draw back. Now think here, okay, range of motion. And for your range of motion to improve, you're going to need to keep your arms straight. Alright, so keep your shoulders down. Try not to bring your shoulders up by your ears. Think about the shoulder blades staying down into the back, making that soft V as you draw your arms back. Breathing in, breathing out. But like I said, if you bend the elbows, you may get your arms up and they may touch, okay? But it's not going to change the range of motion. If you keep your arms perfectly straight, you have to work a little bit harder through the shoulder girdle to bring your arms up. And breathing out as you draw them back. Alright, last one. Breathing in, reaching forwards. And breathing out, drawing all of the way back. Alright, I'm going to come just into a little bit of a chest opener here. So if you'd like to lay your hands flat on the floor, either side of you, I'm gently going to roll towards my back shoulder. And as I roll onto it, I've trapped my arm underneath. I'm going to pop the knees forwards of the body here today, and then just raise the opposite hand. Now your head can be up or down, or depending on how that feels for you. And if you're not feeling anything at all from this stretch, because some people will be very supple around the shoulder girdle, alright, going to roll forwards again, going to inch your fingers up a little bit higher, and you're going to go back on them again. And just breathe into that stretch. Alright, let's go the other way. So coming back up on your belly, sliding your arm along the floor, gently rolling upon it. Bring your knees in for me today, that's going to give us a lower back stretch. And then bring your opposite arm up if you can. And then if you can, you're looking back. If that makes it uncomfortable for your neck, just put your head back down. And then coming all of the way back round onto your belly. And then gently press yourself back up. Come around to a seated position. Now working into our roll back. So if you need a cushion behind your back, if you need to have a band around your feet this morning, place it into position. We're going to work into a half roll back. We're going to work back down to the ground if that feels like a good thing to do today. But this position, again, is one of those particular positions you need to feel confident that your back wants to move through an imprint. Alright, if you have got anything in your head thinking, I don't think it does, please don't do it. Alright, have a pile of cushions behind you, make it a little bit easier today. Alright, there will be other days when it feels different. So I want to open up the shoulders, sit the body up nice and tall. Take a breath in, let your ribs widen. And then as you breathe out, pull the belly in. Draw down slowly towards the back of your buttocks and stay. Breathing in and then breathing out, engaging with your core and you're pulling up underneath your ribs. Breathing in, letting your ribs widen. And then as you breathe out, pull back through the belly, carefully roll back. Breathing in and then breathing out to carefully come back up. Good, again, breathing in, let your ribs widen. As you go back, at this point now, if it feels good to, go down maybe and meet the ground with your imprint. Breathing in, and then breathing out to slowly come back up. But if you find at that point that you're wanting to jerk your body upwards, rewind, okay? Go back to the point where you can do it. So you're breathing out. And that's the trick to this one. It's just finding the place where you can come back from. Think about it as your little journey. Alright, you want to again make sure that your journey is doable. Alright, don't make it so hard this morning that you don't ever want to do it again. Breathing in, breathing out, slowly coming up. Some of you will be a little bit stronger, in which case one hand's going on the shoulder. And we're just going to challenge the abdominal strength a little bit more. Breathing out, breathing in, and out. Slowly lifting, lifting up, lifting and offering the chest upwards. Change hands, breathing in, and out. Breathe in, and out. And drawing all of the way up. Alright, let's take a little bit of work in for your triceps. So I'm planting the hands back behind. I'm going to start off with a dip. So my elbows are pushing out towards the back of the room. The chest is offered up again. As you dip back, breathing in. And as you push up towards the ceiling, breathing out. Again, breathing in, dipping back. And then breathing out and lifting through the chest. Now you can stay with that, doing a few more there. Or you can extend your legs a bit straighter. And then as we draw the hips away from the floor, breathing out, pointing your toes to the floor. Breathing in as you lower. Alright, so again, it's going to come down to preference. Okay, which one you feel that you can work into today. And again, just don't feel that you have to do all of the repetitions. As soon as you feel that you've done enough, especially if these exercises where we're using lesser used muscles. Alright, we just need to be careful again that we don't overdo it. Breathing out and breathing in. Alright, two more of whatever you're doing. Take a little bit of a stretch into the upper back of your arms. Feel free to sit in any position that makes this stretch more accessible for you. So I'm taking my hand back behind my head and I'm just going to offer up firstly that we give an assistance to that tricep stretch. And if that's where you want to be today, stay. If you want to reach around and find the fingers, by all means, again, do that version. Whichever one you use though, you want to try and keep the chin up a little, keep the posture check on. And then changing and taking your hand so it goes up behind, maybe a little assistance. Maybe you're reaching back round and finding the fingers. Just try and keep that chin up a little bit. And then let's release. Okay, I'm going to bring us around onto our sides. Okay, I'm going to work into single leg lift, double leg lift, and the side bend. Alright, so I'm doing all of the basics today, but again, just good to touch on everything that we can in Pilates, all different aspects of the body's usage. First of all, just check out that upper arm lines up with your ear. Alright, so maybe wriggle it back a little bit. Feel that the hips are stacked up and that you're balancing out on the narrowest part of your body. As you raise the top leg, breathing out and breathing in as you lower. When you take that leg away from the body, breathing out, extending, breathing in, and thinking about your range of motion here. Breathing out and drawing the waist away from the floor, breathing in as you lower. Keeping that shoulder drawn down and away from your ear. Keeping the chin slightly lifted. As you're raising the leg, not only are we opening up and working into the range of motion of the hip joint Also working into your glute medius muscle, the top back region of your buttock. All right, one more time. Breathing out, extending. And then taking both of your legs together. So engage with your core first. Breathe out and float the legs away from the body. And breathing in as you lower. Alright, so I want you to try and again, lock that core on first, and then extend the legs. If you can, taking away your support hand, but try not to do this by using your external back strength. Alright, so if your back starts to feel like it's really working, try and go in and try and go up from the pelvic floor a bit more. Alright, pull up on the pelvic floor as you take the legs away. So breathing out. Breathing in as you lower, trying to relax your neck, your shoulders. Breathing in to lower. Last one. Alright, now soften the knees in and just take a hold of the top leg. We'll bring in a little bit of a quad stretch here. So drawing the knee back a little, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just try and encourage that knee to draw back a little bit more. And relax. Okay, coming up into your side bend, if you can. If you're finding the weight bearing a little tricky at the moment, alright, by all means be back on your back again. Take the hands back behind your head and then work into an oblique twist, lifting instead. That would be fine, of course. So I've got my knees drawn forwards, my elbow is underneath my shoulder, and as I lift, I'm breathing out and reaching, stretching up past the ear, and breathing in as you lower. So I want you to try and pick up underneath the waist, let your body lift into that gentle arc, but without your arm coming in front of your face. Keep going, and if you would prefer, stay on the elbow and knees today. If we go up onto the hand and the foot, take a moment, line up the hand through to the foot, and open out of your chest. Then as we connect the inner thighs together, hips and ribs facing the front of the room as you reach over. And then breathing in to lower it back down. As you go up, breathing out. And you're never going to see that arm that's going up and over. It's always going to be in alignment with your ear. Alright, so like I was saying, if it's hanging in front of your face, we're probably tipping forwards too. So try not to tip forwards. Obviously you're not going to lean backwards, alright? But it's kind of opening sideways. Try and get that lift to come up through your waist as you go up and over. Alright, last couple if you can. As soon as you feel you've done enough of anything, you're just going to stop and take a break. Breathing in as you lower. And again, engaging the core. And releasing it back down. Good. Alright, swing it round. Let's do the other side. So first of all, taking your body along the floor. Okay, give yourself a little bit of a tuck under with your tailbone and your buttocks. Just feel that the legs are nice and strong along the floor, and then you have your arm in alignment with your ear. Alright, because if your posture is such that your shoulders want to come forwards this morning, this underarm is going to also want to draw forwards. So just drawing it back again. As you raise the top leg, breathing out and breathing in as you lower. So again, as you take that leg away from the body, breathing out and engaging with your core, breathing in as you lower. Alright, so really lovely stretch through the toes, keeping the thigh and the foot front facing on this one always. Breathing out to take the leg away, breathing in as you lower. Engage with your core, breathing out to lift into lower. And again, pressing away. Alright, then the double leg lift. Okay, so as you really feel that core connection, then breathe out and then slowly lift. Alright, and you know, you want to get to that effortlessness, okay? So that when you take the legs away, you're floating them out away from the body. Rather than trying to use the ground to get your legs off the floor. Alright, so try not to push your hip against the ground. Often when people start with Pilates, they tend to sometimes get a rubbing underneath their body. Alright, and after a while you tend to not feel it anymore because the core is being used more. Alright, so that when you take the legs away, instead of pushing down, you're extending away. So in essence, your body becomes a little bit lighter to handle. Alright, a couple more. Breathing out to lift. Breathing into lower. Alright, bending the knees again. Let's just take up again that top leg. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the knee back a little. And letting it go. Alright, bring yourself up. Coming into your version of your oblique work. So if you did your work on your back, pop round again. Alright, do the other side. Okay, otherwise we're coming up onto the side of the knee and the elbow. Breathing out to reach up past your ear. And breathing in as you lower. Again, breathing out as you lift. Breathing into long. By all means, do a couple more on the elbow and break when you need to. Particularly if you start to get a little bit of aching around the neck, alright? You can just sometimes do that on that lower level. When we line up the hand to the foot, okay, the knees and chest open up. And then as we lift up, engaging the core, before you reach, before you come off the ground, you've already got that understanding, alright? That you're pulling in, up behind the surface muscles, so that when you lift, you're not launching your body off the floor. You know, you're already in control. So that when you come up, it's graceful. Alright, and then after that, what we're building on then is the wrist and the shoulder strength. Alright, so as you go up, breathing out. And breathing in as you lower. That's it, good. You're doing good, everybody. A couple more if you can. Stop if you need to. And lower. Last one, going up. And releasing it back down. Alright, come around to a seated position for me. Now if you could just draw the right leg in towards you. If you have anything going on knee issue-wise, have both of your legs straight, that would be okay. I'm going to bring my right arm across towards my left leg, and I'm wrapping my hand around the part of the leg I can get a hold of. Alright, again, it doesn't matter how far along you want to go. Now we should be feeling a stretch into the hamstrings of the left leg. You may be getting a little of an inner thigh opening up, the knee opening up here, hip. But mostly here we're getting this stretch into quadratus laborum, the muscle area just above your buttock on the right hand side. Alright, and also the latissimus dorsi muscle which runs up just underneath to the side of your armpit at the back. Okay, and then let's change legs. Reaching all the way across. Just again, take your time. Alright, always when you set off in a stretch like this, if your body gives you a little bit of a warning, okay, don't just keep going with it. Alright. Alright, my advice is, going running through injuries, alright, is to breathe. Often you will maybe get there, okay, you may not, okay, but if you breathe into the stretch, your muscles will let go a little bit more, alright? It's when we hold our breath, when we have a little bit of a warning sign as well, alright, that everything starts to tighten up. So it's just trying to, it's hard to do, particularly if you are going through an injury at the moment. Slowly bringing your body back up. And I'm going to bring you down onto the ground. Alright, so either roll back or bring yourself to the floor or where you would like to today. Alright, now I'm going to come into the double leg extension. So I'd like to bring the soles of the feet together. We have a neutral spine. And as we take the legs away, we're going to drive the legs away so the feet sit side by side. As you come down, the knees are coming down nice and wide. As you take the legs away, breathing out, engaging with your core. Breathing in as you draw the knees nice and wide. Breathing out. Now if you just lay your hands around your belly area, try and feel that as you take your legs away, you draw the belly back from your fingers. Alright, now again, if you want to make this a little bit harder, we could try lifting head, neck and shoulders. Elbows open nice and wide. You've got the distance of a fist between your chin and your chest. Okay, now for those of you who can hold the head up, okay, with an unassisted hold here, maybe we circle the arms around with your thighs to above your head. Now if you're a little bit stuck on space there, you can take your hands through from the center. Okay, taking your hands through with that prayer position with your hands and taking them high above your head. Alright, so a couple of different things that you can do there. Breathing out, engaging with your core, breathing in. Alright, you can circle the arms around, keeping the shoulders down, of course. Breathing in. And again, breathing out, engaging the core as you send the legs away. Breathing in as you draw back down. Two more of whatever you're working on today. Bringing it all of the way back down. Alright, land the feet. And again, be able to take them with your fingertips. Line the knees up. Okay, so they're in alignment with your hips. You haven't gone too wide. You're going to come up into your shoulder bridge. Taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, imprinting your lower back and peeling your back off the ground, coming all of the way up onto your shoulders. Breathing in, and then breathing out to lower your back through each vertebrae into a soft imprint and back to neutral. Breathing in, the ribs widen. As you breathe out, tilt the tailbone, peel the back off the ground. Try not to clench your buttocks. Breathing in at the top, and then breathing out as you lower your back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, and back out to neutral. Breathing in, breathing out to tilt, and to lift, and to peel, and to come all the way up onto your shoulders. Breathing in, and then breathing out to lower, vertebrae by vertebrae, down into the floor. Now, of course, you can carry on and do a few more of those. I'm going to work up into hip lifts today. So this time, as we peel all the way up and away from the ground, staying in that neutral. So ribs are floating into your body, buttocks are relaxed. And as you breathe out, try and let one hip bone come slightly higher than the other. Breathe in to lower. Breathing out, go to the other hip bone. Breathing in to lower. Like I say, if you don't want to do this today, stay with the lifts. Stay with going up and down instead. And if you're staying in that lift here, breathing out, trying to really connect through the core, pelvis muscle, because those two areas of the body link into the iliac crest of your pelvis. All right, that's why you may be feeling a quite intense feeling across this area here, this region, this pelvic area here. All right, so if you are getting that, it could be that you have quite powerful internal oblique muscles. All right, they're really firing up as well as the core. All right, it should feel okay. All right, it can be quite intense. If you don't like it, go back to the other version. 2 more. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And then take a breath in, and breathe out to lower your back all of the way down. Now just bring your right knee in towards you and take your left leg straight along the floor. Bring your right knee to draw across your body and take out your right hand to the side. Now pick up your head and take your ear upon the floor a little bit further if you can. And trying to keep turning the head over. Really try and prioritize the neck this morning. Slide the leg down, changing sides. So taking the knee over, turn the head to the left, lift your head up, place the ear down again, and see if you can get your neck to release a little bit more. Gently bring it back round again, feet back to the ground. Very gently roll yourself to one side and back up to seated. We have one more posture today, and that's going to be the saw. So I'm going to sit us up, okay, with the legs out in front of you, maybe with a cushion or so underneath your hips. You can cross your legs in this position if you prefer. All I'm going to say is, can you try and organise your body so you're on the top of your sit bones, and your back is as upright as you can take it today. Alright, so that means that you've just got to use a little assistance underneath you. That's going to be just fine. Now I'm going to lengthen out through with my fingers, but if your shoulders are tired, cross your arms across your chest. Breathing in as you rotate your upper body. And as you breathe out, rounding the body over, don't worry about what you're going to reach towards. Breathing in as you draw the body back up, and breathing out, draw the navel back to the spine as you come to the middle. Breathing in to turn your upper body, and breathing out as you round through your spine and lengthen over. Breathing in to draw your body back up, breathing out, engaging your core as you come back to the middle. Breathing in, taking a nice big rotation. Breathing out as you lengthen over and across. Breathing in to come back up. And breathing out, engage your core to slowly bring you back to the middle. Breathing in as you turn. Breathing out, lifting out from the waist. Your sit bones and your legs don't move. Breathing in as you draw the body up. Breathing out, engaging your core back to the middle. Breathing in as you turn. Try and push your sit bones down into the ground as you lengthen over. Breathing in as you draw back up. Breathing out, navel back to the spine. Breathing in, big rotation. Again, breathing out, push your sit bones into the ground as you lengthen over. Breathing in, drawing up. Breathing out, engaging the core. Last set if you can, relax your shoulders. Breathing in to turn, breathing out to round through the back as you lengthen over. Breathing in to draw up, breathing out, engaging your core to the middle. Breathing in, big rotation. Breathing out as we lengthen up and over. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, engaging with your core and letting down your arms. All right, bend up your knees for me. That'll be a nice welcome relief for the legs. Go in and under, take a hold of your elbows if you can. If you're not reaching your elbows today, don't worry, okay, hold on to your wrists. And just gently drop down a little into your curve, into your lumbar spine. Okay, now holding on by your fingers, making a little link underneath your knees and then drawing back again. Still going down into that curve of your lumbar spine, so still trying to wriggle down, but mainly you should get this stretch now just below your neck. And then holding your fingers the other way round, again drawing back. Find a comfortable seated position for yourself. I'm just going to go into another little release for your neck. So I'm drawing my opposite arm across, my palm is open, and I'm looking up over my shoulder. And then we'll go back round the other way. And then coming back through, I'm going to clasp down the fingers behind my back and just gently nod the chin forward so you feel that stretch. Trying to find the stretch from the base of your skull to the top of your shoulders. And then tucking your chin across a little. And to the middle. And across a little. And back to the middle. And then just letting your arms come forwards of your body. Find that stretch across the middle of your upper back. Breathing in, rise up using your abdominals to pull you up. And then breathing out, open down. Again, stretching across the upper back. Tuck the head in. Breathe in, use your abdominals to pull you upright. And breathing out, opening it back and down. One more time, arms coming forwards as you come up, breathing in and breathing out and letting your shoulders come back. All right, you are all done for today. Well done, everybody. Well done for joining in this morning. Okay, that would have done your body a lot of good. Okay, power to you.